So Shacharis tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Mincha tomorrow night is 7:40. Candle lighting tomorrow night is 7:42. It's Rosh Chodesh Elul. The Kedushas Levi brings in the first Torah on Rosh Hashanah, he says, Rosh Chodesh Elul. That there's a pasuk, in Mishlei it says that Hashem is the one who makes a path in the seas. And so the Chazal explained that refers to Rosh Chodesh Elul. Mayim Azim Nesiva, and in the mighty waters, the arrogant waters, he also makes a path to Hanukkah. It's a reference to Hanukkah. So the whole season, though some say it already begins a little earlier, but L'Chuli Alma, we already know by Rosh Chodesh Elul, that's when we start to prepare, and then according to the Hasidim, it goes until Zeis Hanukkah. So Klal Hu, the general concept is like this: Ki Rosh Chodesh Elul, Hashem Yisbarach Megal L'Kusay Malchusay L'Nishmas Yisrael. What happens on this day that Hashem provides this path for us is that He reveals His godliness and His kingdom to the Jewish soul. Ki Umanig is Kol Olamas B'Chasdei Gadol. And what does He reveal? That He is controlling all the worlds with His tremendous kindness. V'Yisrael Am Kadoshim Mamlichim Ol Malchusay Aleim. And so in reaction to that, the Jewish people accept the yoke of His kingdom upon themselves. That's what happens on Rosh Chodesh Elul. So Noisim B'Yam Derech is Rosh Chodesh Elul. So that's the concept of what Chazal say, that this pasuk that says, the verse that says that God puts a path in the sea, that is a reference to this day of Rosh Chodesh Elul. Ki Yam Ramas al Bechinos HaKedusha. This term Yam, the sea, it's a hint to the various archetypes of holiness, V'zeh Rosh Chodesh Elul, which is the concept of Rosh Chodesh Elul. Mayim Azim Nesiva Zu Chanukah, with the mighty waters, the arrogant, the brazen waters, He makes a path that refers to Chanukah. Ki Azim Meramis L'Klipa, because Azim, that it's mighty waters, that's a hint to the forces of impurity, the externality, the Klipa, Zu Chanukah. That's Chanukah, and also it's in the Chanukah we fought against the Yevonim, and in the Sefer Daniel, the Sir Izim, the goats, which is the same term as Azim, spelled the same way, is a remez to that. So Ratzim B'Zeh, what are we talking about here? Ki b'Chanukah maschil haros Hashem yisporach al yidei nisim niflois. Chanukah is a time when the light of the Rebbeinu Shalom it begins to be revealed through miracles and wonders. Zar Miskal al Pesach. That revelation lasts until Pesach. Sha'az Hema Ikar Nisim Niflois, because that's when the main miracles and wonders happened during the Exodus, during Yetzias Mitzrayim. Kel Yedei Nisim Niflois Eklipa Nichna Lefnei Kedusha V'Zeh V'Chanukah. So why do we need miracles? It's in order to conquer and to subdue these forces of impurity, the klipa, the externality, the shells. They cover up the holiness. They should be broken and humbled in front of the holiness. That happens on Chanukah. So it says, the Chazal have a lashon of that when you are tying up your lulav, you're really tying up your ship. What does it mean? That the lulav also represents the concept of the heart, that when you tie your heart to worship the Rebbeinu Shalom, you're tying up your ship. What does it mean? That you're tying yourself to that level of Rosh Chodesh Elul with the revelation that is revealed to the Jewish soul, that the Rebbeinu Shalom runs the world. And this is the Miloshin Cheshoiv. When it says your ship, it's a concept of thinking. Lashon man chashuv man sfun. That the concept in Lashon Aramis of thought is also called sfun, which is related to sfina. So how can we bring this into our lives? How can we recognize this revelation that happens of Hashem's kindness, His kingdom, that we have to accept upon ourselves on this day? So I was thinking about this, and the Chazal tell us the machloikis, Rosh Chodesh Elul, according to one opinion in Mishnah, in Rosh Hashanah, is Rosh Hashanah l'maisa v'hema. That it's the new year that if you have 10 sheep or goats or cows are born in a year, one has to be set aside as a korban. You have 110 after you. There's Meiser Behema, the tithe on cattle. And it's machlekes whether it's Rosh Chodesh Elul or on the regular Rosh Hashanah, meaning the date that is the cutoff for that year in order to be considered a year. And so some say that any animals that are born in Chodesh Elul, you have to take Meiser just from them. It's a whole discussion in the Mishnah. Homiletically, I think we can understand that to mean that when we take that Meiser Behema, we remove the Nefesh Bahamas, we remove the animal nature from ourselves as we enter into Yomim Neroyim, then we make room for that Ha'ara and that revelation that we talk about here. And so in this week's Sedra, it says, Tzedek Tzedek Tirdoif L'mantichya, that you should pursue righteousness in order that you should live and inherit the land. So the Yiddish Kodesh explains like this, that even if you've already had some kind of righteousness and saintliness in your life, you should pursue even more of it to enable to grow, because otherwise, why are you here in this world? And I've thought to connect to that idea of a redifa, of running, of pursuing after tzedek, after justice, we can take from the other side too. The Rebbe Melech explains, that only kindness and goodness should pursue me all the days of my life, that there's an inyan of kindness, that even if a person has only kindness and nothing else, that is going to pursue him all the days of his life. You're going to sit in Hashem's house, just like we're about to start to say LeDavid, starting to, according to Zachashkanaz tonight, according to everybody, we're also going to say tomorrow, that when we recite LeDavid and Shifti B'Veis Hashem, that's what we're looking forward to, that we should be all zeicher to have and to enjoy these beautiful, wonderful days of Elul, not considered as a burden, but considered as a joy, and that schus will be zeicher to a ksivach simatoyim and good kepen shiur.